Greetings, I'm Pillar Nexus, the Ancient Gladiator, today with Pillar loves tabletop games and also Showdown. Let's knock out both ideas in one video here. Shadowverse Evolve. Goal of the game is like just like the mobile game. Reduce someone's defense from 20 to 0, or make them draw a card when they've got nothing left in their deck. Alright, so as part of the setup for the game, you will have your respective leaders, their respective classes. For those of you who remember these Shadowverse classes, most of them are here, with a couple weirdities. One is Abysscraft, which seems like they put blood and shadow together. And then Portalcraft is missing entirely. I don't know if they've brought it back with a set after this one or not. I will tell you the story of how I ended up in possession of this game later. You will need tokens to keep track of your maximum and current play points. Maximum in blue, green, and current. Or current and green. You'll need to determine who's going first. The player going second gets to use their 3 evolution cards. These, unlike the regular game, all you need to evolve is to use play points instead of evolution points. But these give you a discount. You only get these if you're going second. You can only use 1 per evolution. The player going first has the option to, after drawing their 4, mulligan their hand, because the entire thing has to go to the bottom of their deck, and they draw a new one. The player going second then has the option. If you have any evolution cards, they will go into your little evolve pile. You are limited to a maximum of 10 to that deck. And then your main deck has to be 40, at least 40, no more than 50. Taking the turn, first off, you will increase your maximum and current play points. Maximum by 1, and then current play points to your new maximum. If it is not the first player's first turn, then you'll also draw a card. Any cards that were in play and engaged are now refreshed. They are now reserved. Alright. And then you have your turn to take. So you'll have followers. You spend your play point, you put them out. You have your spells. You spend the play point and resolve their effect and then discard them. There may be amulets which will go into play as normal. Just like the mobile game, you're limited to 5 slots worth of things. You also have an EX area. This works as a second hand that you can just play from. Now, I don't see whether you're supposed to keep it face up or face down. For demonstration purposes, I'm going to have it face up. There it goes there. Alright, and then on your turn, if you're playing cards, So let's go ahead and play Fairy Circle. So that is a spell. Spend the play point. And put 3 fairy tokens into your EX area. 2, 3. The EX area is also limited to 5 things. Some cards can stack. I think it's the Earthright cards. Yeah. Yeah, it's the Earthright. It's the stuff that the Earthrights rely on. If you have a follower in play, let's say instead of doing that, we played the Goblin instead. Alright, so just coming into play, he cannot attack this turn. On my next turn, he can attack a follower if they are engaged. Or the enemy leader themselves. You engage the follower, apply their damage. So against the leader, it'll reduce on the tracker here. If it's against another follower, you keep track of it with these little damage markers. Damage remains turn after turn until the follower is destroyed or otherwise leaves play. You can evolve a follower by paying its evolve cost. So on the Goblin, it costs 4. So it would take until turn 4 or turn 3 if they're on that side. Because you can use an evolution point to pay 1 towards the evolution cost. Let's say you actually do evolve your follower. You will check your deck for available cards to evolve them. So we do have the 1 Goblin card. You'll attach it. They're now evolved. After evolving, they effectively have Rush if they came into play this turn. Otherwise, they attack as though they started the turn on the field. Being in the position where you can evolve, afford to play your follower and evolve them, is going to give you an edge to work with if you planned well enough. If the evolved creature or follower would leave play, their evolved card goes to the top of the evolved deck and can no longer be used. And the follower goes to the cemetery. Any status tokens on the follower when they evolve remain. And that should pretty much be all the basic stuff. Some followers will have abilities that trigger when they come into play or leave play. F for fanfare, L for last words. Some cards will have an activated ability. They might have a cost. They might require being engaged. And overall, you're just trying to have a strategy to deal with your opponent, whatever they are going to throw at you, and what you can throw right back. So let's go ahead and do this as the Showdown. So, gather play points, do the fairy circle, spend it. Now time some fairies to bring in. There's stuff that is going to trigger off of playing things. So something I want to keep in mind is how long can I reserve these in the EX area before I need to make use of them. Alright, so round of play points, pass turn. Opponent gets the card. Let's see what they do. We've got Quick Blader, got an Elfless Knight. Alright. So the Quick Blader has Storm. And straight up attack. Cinsander. And it's only 3 to evolve them. So next turn, I'm probably going to evolve it. Unless it dies. Alright. So that cost me my play point. And Storm. Risa's taking 1. Down to 19. And pass turn. If you ever end your turn with more than 7 cards in hand, you have to discard down. It's a switch up from the 9 of the usual game. But I can kind of see why they went there. It's good. It's still available. Alright, draw 1. Oh, yeah. Up to 2 now. Let's go ahead and spend the 2 play points on the Elf Wanderer. I don't have Storm, but I do have Assail. Can attack followers even if they were straight up. Alright. Now, something might also come up are the quick spells. They can be done in response to an attack or in response to a player ending their turn. Alright, goes back here. Play points, improve. Refresh, draw a new card. Alright, so if I evolve, now that costs 3. I can get a discount of 1 by flipping one of the cards. But that's all I'm doing this turn before I attack. Alright. Quick Blader is now a 3. Can't do anything because I don't have the Assail. But straight up attack. 3 damage is going to hurt. From 19 to 16. Pass turn. Okay. 3 play points. New card. Alright. Alright, let's bring out some pressure here. So for 3, Waltzing Fairy. Fanfare and Last Words puts the fairy to the EX area. It's going to be a point where I need to play them. Okay. And then there's no reserve to fight, so Elf Wanderer will hit for 2. Erica's taking 2 damage finally, because gotta turn this around. Down to 18. Alright. And it goes back. 3 play points. Refresh. New card. Alright. Let's see what we can do here. Let's try to keep the advantage on our side. So, for 3, Onslaught. 5 damage to an enemy follower, and put a night token in my EX area. Elf Wanderer. I know the Waltzing Fairy is stronger, but her ability has me concerned. Alright. And we got our night token. I noticed that the tokens are thick. The token and leader cards are thick. Alright. Alright, so that gets discarded. Quick Blader has to go direct because no sale. Alright. And it's down, or it says down to 13. Pass play. Play points up to 4. New card. Alright. So, with 4 play points, I'm going to use 3 on Rose Gardener. So, comes in. And then spend the 1 to evolve. Because only needing that 1 is pretty nice. It would be nice if there's some kind of reminder of, hey, this is what happens when you evolve them. But maybe in actual play, I'll be able to better remember what everyone is supposed to be able to do. Alright. Why does it feel like that's a little bit off? There we go. Looks like the volume dial on my mic was down a bit. Alright, so on Evolve, select an enemy follower on the field and return to its owner's hand. Combo 3, draw a card. So, combo goes off if you played at least X cards this turn. Cards with combo count themselves. I've only played 2. So, an evolved creature, or evolved follower going back, would send the original back to hand. So, let's remember. Yeah. Fill the other areas. So that permanently makes that unavailable. Okay. Now she just came in, but there are no followers for her to fight. She's been here since last turn. So, attack for 3. And Erica's down to 15. Alright, we're we're turning this around. Alright. Pass turn. Nothing to refresh. Play points go up to 4. Alright. Draw a card. Let's see here. 4 points. Let's see. At 4 points, we're going to play Quick Blader, which has Storm. And also Fencer. Select another follower on your field and give it +1 attack and defense. Or whatever it's being called this time around. So +1, +1. So Quick Blader is currently a 2/2. And we'll attack directly for 2. Alright. Down to 11. Let me actually see this. Yep, it's still attack and defense. Okay. Pass play. It's now available again. Play points up to 5. New card. Alright. Okay. We're going to do it. 1 for the goblin. And 4 to evolve it. Alright. Of course. I forgot that I put it back on top of the stack. So it effectively has Rush this turn. And it's going to eliminate the Quick Blader. Unfortunately, I'm taking 2 in the process, but you know what? Some things are just worth it. Alright. Alright. And then these 2 have been on the field from the start. So 4 direct, and then 3 direct. There's nothing free to try to stop that. Alright. So taking 7. That's almost half of what was left. Down to 8. Alright. And pass turn. Then straighten from 4 to 5. New card. Well, got some options here. At 5, we can put out the Angelic Sword Maiden and basically have a wall going for us. That might be what we need. So the way Ward works this time around is you have to engage them which you can do at the end of your turn. And then on your opponent's turn, they have to attack ward if they attack anything. However, let's see here. I've got an Unbridled Fury. If I get enough followers in play, I can take out one of the larger opponents. So what I might need to do here. So let's take a look at what I got. With 5 play points, that's Veteran Lancer for 2. That's a Goblin for 1. That's the Knight token for 1. And then the last point to go, Unbridled Fury for 4. Alright. That's out of, and that's dead. Alright. The Fencer was the only one that started in play. And I think we're going to have to try to turn this around. So the Fencer is going to straight up attack the Waltzing Fairy. And they'll destroy each other. Which will add one more fairy to their side. Alright. I don't like what's about to happen next, though. End of turn. Engage ward. Must be attacked. Alright. Pass turn. Play points. Straighten. Or refresh. I'm getting my card game terms mixed up. Too many to keep track of. Alright. So, with 6 points, here's what we're going to do. Alright. 1, 2, and Treant makes 3. Combo 3, change this card's E cost to 0. And it counts itself as part of the combo, so let's go ahead and get that evolution. Alright. It's nice to see that they're maintaining the let's kind of mirror image it and then go from there approach to the evolutions. Alright. So that one effectively has a rush this turn. Which, is there anything else I want to play? We'll go ahead and play the Woodland Refuge. So it's an amulet and select a pixie follower on your field to give it attack +1. And then pay 1 and engage it to return it to its owner's hand. So we'll go ahead and do that. Ooh, there we go. Hopefully it survives whatever happens next. Okay. The Trent is going to eliminate the Veteran Lancer, taking 2 damage in the process. The Goblin is going to attack for 4. Nothing to stop that. With only 4 defense left, it is absolutely critical that this side does something. Pass turn. They can fight 6 play points to work with. Draw a card. Okay. Okay. Well, not much else to do, but spend the 5. Angelic Sword Maiden. I'll go ahead and engage, because not much else can be done. Alright. Combine power and eliminate the trance. Yeah, that might be the best approach. The Goblin will attack the Trent and do 2 damage to it. The Knight will attack the Trent and do 1 damage to it. They're both eliminated. But then again, so is the Trent. Yeah, there's nothing on their side to do anything about it. And I have a nice little wall on this side. Pass the turn. 7 play points. This is about the point where things should be coming to an end. Card. Alright. Anyone that I can play and evolve right now. Alright. So for 1, Water Fairy. For 2, evolve this follower. 1, 2. That's my evolution for the turn. And yeah, I do have it. See, they do get creative sometimes, which I appreciate. On evolve, summon a fairy token. Okay, let's back up a minute. Before we evolve, 1, return this card to its owner's hand. And then evolve. Summon a fairy. Let's see. That is the new fairy on the block. Okay. She's got rush, effectively. Alright. How are we going to go about this? 4 has to attack the maiden and kills Goblin. However, maiden is also taking 4 to the face. Alright. The fairy that started in play. No. Nope. Actually, I need them for what's happening next. The water fairy is going to go ahead and attack. They'll destroy each other, and last words, put a fairy token into your EX area. Okay. Goes away, goes away, goes away. Then, between the two of them, we can do 3. However, for 1 play point, select a pixie follower on the field and give it +1 attack. Swing for 2, swing for 2, that's game. See, it's basically, it's still Shadowverse. Yeah, there's some changes, but hey, I think it's cool to have a physical card version of any kind of digital game. So, I ended up with these 2 decks because someone was going to just throw them out because they're doing some cleanup of their space. I'm like, what do you want for these? I will gladly pay you for these because I miss Shadowverse a little bit. Not enough to come back to the actual digital game, but I like the art, I like the style, and to actually have that physical version, I'm happy to pay for it. So that's. I do want to see what other stuff is available for the game. I'm noticing on like some of these, on at the bottom left for the, as part of the serial number and all that, it came out 2023. I want to see what Abysscraft is like, if it is actually the Blood and Shadow merged together or not. I want to see what sets they've done after the initial set, if they found a way to make Portalcraft and its weird gimmick of resonance actually work or not. But for now, I'm just happy to have 2 decks to mess around with and see how they're supposed to work. But yeah, Shadowverse Evolved. If you've had any kind of experience with this game whatsoever, let me know, because I'm curious to learn more about it. What all have they done set wise? Have they done any events for it? Where are the places where it's big? I look at some of the other games that have crossed my radar, talk to people about it. It's like, oh yeah, that game's big over in like Italy and Spain and New Zealand. And it's like, really? The interest in card games is worldwide. And some places are gonna do it better than others in terms of getting people interested and finding their audience. And honestly, it's figuring out a card game design is still one of the things I need to test myself on, as if I have any interest in seriously pursuing my game designs. So this is another study, another vector of study. But it's also fun, so check it out. Thanks very much for watching. This has been Pillar, and I'll see you next time.